Right. Hi. Um, Hi guys. Let me first and foremost um, say good evening or good afternoon, depending on the area where you are. Guys from Canada, guys from Australia, guys from Europe, guys from US, and guys all over the world that have been fans and good making contributions to this show. I want to say once again, I want to say how has been the weekend and how has been your day. This is your host Larry Doon. Of course, you and our people and our fans have the one that has made these shows to be very thick and very informative. Today we will be discussing about doors. First and foremost, let me just make a quick recap. When you do the foundation, you bought maybe 1,000 doors, 9 inches blocks, 1,000 6 inches blocks. You bought your granite, you did the foundation, you bought your sharp sand, you bought your cement, you got the laborers and the contractors, and they do the foundation and they do the laying and setting of blocks, and they're going on and they're moving on and they get to window levels, and finally they got to lintel level, and finally they do the 2 blocks and 2 coaches above the window, above the lintel, and then the roof stage is done, and then the roof with depending on the kind of roof that you decided to do, whether it's aluminium long span, whether it's Gerard roof, whether it's Cameroon sink, whether it's step tile, depending on the roof you do. So when this is done and you know that there's no rain coming into the house anymore, then you now decide what type of windows you want to do. Is it louver glass window? Is it casing, aluminum casing? Is it wooden windows? Is it name it? It depends on what you intend to do. So for example, some people want to rent the property out. Some people if you want to rent the property out, they believe that they don't need to outlay a lot of money to buy expensive materials to complete the house, and then some people believe, yes, I want to live in it. So if they're living in it, they decide to buy good things, good items that will last and last and last long. Of course, if it's a house we want to live in, yeah, we can spend any amount of money on materials that will give us a long-lasting thing. Also, some people do believe that it doesn't matter if they might want to invest. They believe that spending a lot of money will keep the house very strong. They don't have to be repairing this today, they don't have to be repairing that tomorrow. And of course, yeah, that's a good opinion, and then they spend money there and then the house lasts long. Okay, today we are going to be talking differently on what I've classified today as the doors. We will be doing some doors, of course. We'll be doing in the areas of when the windows has already been done. The windows have been done. Even before you even plaster, you do not have to wait for plastering. Before you put the door, at least you want to secure but don't get me wrong, some people will have paid some money to do their gates. We're coming down onto this forum maybe next week or maybe sometime in future to talk about gate as well. So today we'll be talking about doors. We'll be talking about doors. I'm going to be saying, if you have, I'm not going to stay long today. I'm spending 45 minutes, quality 45 minutes. To those of us who have questions regarding all the things we have been discussing so far in the past, right from the time you've bought your land, right from the time you've bought, you've started your project. If you have any concern, you have things you want to discuss about your contractors, about the people that are working for you. If you want to discuss anything, feel free. And of course, my number is on the screen, the screen there. Is +1. Let me just put it here. +44 782 554 3535. You can WhatsApp me on this. Okay. Me, if you want to I'm available anytime. Okay, all right. So let's keep the forum going. If you have any queries, any questions you want to discuss, okay, this is an opportunity for you to express your mind. We will rub mind together. We'll give you analysis. We'll give you opinion, positive one. And like we said, we are building people's hope, people's aspiration. You don't have to stay too long in Europe, and then you can start some project back home, depending on wherever you come from. We are not tribalistic on this show, but we are here to help one another to build our hope. People have lost so much hope in Nigeria about Nigeria, but I can guarantee you things are springing up. So today we're discussing about doors. We're talking about different types of doors that we have. Okay, so when we get to this stage, okay, bear with me. I need to move fast. Quite a few doors I want to show us. Let me just quickly get to the bottom of it. All right. Sorry about it. I'm scrolling fast. Okay, I just want to get to the beginning. Okay, right. The image that you're looking at in front of you looks like a perfect house. Obviously, there's nothing wrong if we have we work hard enough, and then we want our house to look wonderful like this. Okay, so this image, this is the standard door in Nigeria. Okay, this is the standard door. Standard door is 3 feet. Obviously, depending on the dimension which your architect have done for you, your architect might have probably, draw Kazim. Oh, yeah, great, Kazim. Thank you, my lovely friend. Oh, Kazim, thank you very much. It's been a great day. It's been a good day for me too. What about you? What about you, Kazim? Yeah, it's a wonderful one, Kazim. Oh, sorry that I came in a bit late. You're not going to work today. Right, okay, right. All right, that's Kazim, one of our lovely friends from Canada there. Of course, because of data protection, we cannot tell exactly where in Canada our gentle, lovely friend Kazim is calling from. Obviously, we are here. We're building people's home. So the image that you're looking at on your screen is a normal standard door. If you look at that, it looks beautiful. Oh, thank you, Kazim. Thank you. So it looks beautiful, but it's not solid. Because when you have a contractor, and when you get to this stage, say for example, you've already done the windows, you've done the roofing, and then they say, oh, we are going to buy doors. We have 30 doors, internal doors. These are internal doors, just like the doors that you have in your house. This is internal doors. But obviously, it's shiny, it's looking beautiful, the handle is fine, but behind it is a MDF doors. So don't let anybody deceive you. Do not let your contractor deceive you. Your contractors are very clever and they are very smart. to be honest with you, I really praise their courage, the kind of conscience they have. I praise it. They have see, the door is shining. To those of us who are based abroad, who are working very hard to generate the money, winter is drawing closer. I don't know about Canada must be getting cold as well. US must be getting cold. Anywhere in Europe, especially Eastern Europe, is absolutely getting colder. So we raise the money, we get the money. We want to do something similar to where we are living, where we are dwelling abroad. But these contractors thought they are smart, they are quick, and they want to say, they will send you catalog, they will send you picture of beautiful doors like this. But I can guarantee you, right, this door that you are looking at now is not a solid door. Even though it's beautiful, it's not a solid door. Okay, right. This is a standard door in Nigeria, 3 feet. Okay, do not let them deceive you. Okay, these are normal standard door, depending on the kind of key, the kind of barrel that you want to put in it. Okay, so these are doors that some of them are not solid doors. Okay, let me give you let me get with me. I just got a text from one of our guys in Italy. Bear with me. Okay, so that's a little bit of distraction on that. Okay, right. These are doors. I'm going to explain to you about these doors. I'm just flipping them on the screen there. Okay, 1 minute. I need to look at. I'm just letting you see some of these pictures of the door. Bear with me. Okay, these doors, they come, these are the front door. These are 4 feet doors. The one you just saw now is 4 feet door. But the standard door, oh, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Right. These are various internal doors that we need to be aware about. Right. I'm coming. The system I'm using tonight is scrolling the doors fast, but I still need to explain certain things. Once the scroll is finished, I will go back to the beginning of this. Okay, our contractors, our dear contractors, can decide. Oh, Kaziro, you're working later. Okay, great. Right. I just want these doors to scroll finished, and then I will come to my explanation on few things that we need to note when we are giving these jobs out, or once we get to the stage of doors in our beautiful projects. Okay, this last one is the external door. This is 6 feet wide and 6 feet wide and 7 feet tall. Okay, right. Bear with me. It looks like the system is not really being friendly this evening. All right, bear with me. Let me just go to the system. Bear with me. Not auto. Bear with me. Okay, I got it right now. Sorry about that. Yeah, if you have any questions, I've got just 45 minutes tonight. I've got quite a few things I need to sort out for some projects tomorrow. And I'm sorry I'm coming late, but tonight we will iron some things out regarding doors. Okay? Right. Bear with me. As I was explaining, it's not good, it's not moving. Sorry, what's wrong with this dog thing now? I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Sorry about this. It's just a mix up. I need to get to the beginning of it. Okay, please. Yep, I got it now. Right. Okay, like I said, these ones, they don't. Yeah, but I need to get. It's lagging behind now. Yep. Bear with me. Right. Okay, we got to the end of it. Right. This door that we're looking at now, these are finished doors. Okay, these are finished doors. Right. Like I said, if your contractor gives you a quotation that we're talking about internal doors today. Okay, we are talking about internal doors today. Okay, so we are coming, maybe next week we'll do the front door, which is much bigger than the internal doors. Also, we will be talking about other things as well regarding the doors. Now, these are finished doors, but they are not solid doors. Okay, the prices of doors in Nigeria, we can get the standard 3 feet door. We're talking of flush doors are made of plywood. They are not thick. They are not strong enough. They are doors that are not strong enough. We can get them for around 10,000 naira. 3 feet door. These are internal doors. 10,000 naira for kitchen doors. All right, kitchen doors. We can get them for 10,000 naira. Okay, right. But these are normal standard doors. It comes with frame. Do not let your contractor deceive you. They come with their frame. The frame is the one, the hinges, and when the barrel is fixed is joined to. These are standard doors which comes with frames, because your contractor might say, oh, we need to buy frame separately, we need to buy the door separately. No, do not let them deceive you. The door and the frame comes together. The doors and the frame comes together. They might say, oh, the door is 30,000 naira, the frame is 10,000 naira. No, if you Google the prices of doors in Nigeria, you will see when you check the images, you will see that they come, some they separate them, but in the package of these doors, it comes all wrapped together with the frame. So do not let your contractor deceive you that you have to buy a separate door, you have to buy a separate frame. It comes with the frame and the door comes together in a package, so they cannot deceive you. However, the barrel, the handles, the other things like the hinges that holds the door to the frame, you have to buy this. I'm coming back maybe next week or sometime in October to give you various types of engine and barrel and keys and handles that you can buy and put in your doors depending on your taste. Okay, I will come definitely regarding that. Okay, so let's move on to, like I was talking about this last time. This one is shiny doors. It comes with a frame. Minimum price that you can get this in Nigeria today, you can get them for 25 to 30,000 naira. We're talking of internal doors today. Please don't misunderstand what we're talking about. These are internal doors, because obviously your house has reached the roof stage. You fix the windows, the aluminum windows which you mentioned last Sunday. Now the house is taking shape now. So you put when you already done the windows, just like the one behind me here. This is European windows. Obviously there's nothing wrong that we don't have this in Nigeria. We do have things and better things like this than these in Nigeria. Okay, so now this one is a standard door. They are not solid wood, but they are MDF. If you kick it, obviously, if people maintain their house properly, we got each and every one of these start from 25 to 30,000, and sometimes the thickness of the MDF, the way they made it, you can get some of about 40,000 naira. Okay, so MDF is the material for this. It's shiny. You can make it to quickly complete your house. All right, so it comes, that's the frame there, and that's the frame. It comes with the frame. It's only the handle and the key that you need to buy. Bear with me. Have I got some questions there? If you have questions, please ask me. I'm not going to stay quite long. I've got 45 minutes exactly that I'm spending on this forum today. So if you have questions, please bring them out as we go along. All right? Okay. So we are talking of doors in Nigeria. So the MDF door is between 25, 30, and 40,000. Okay. Though you still buy the engine inside the engine of the door. Okay, so let's move to another. Let me see if I can get you right. This is solid door, right? If you intended to spend some, these are doors that even if your tenant or somebody messes up they lost the key. If the key is lost, and then they could not, there's no way they can open the door, they have to force it open, they have to destroy some things there. So this door stands the test of time. This type of door, these are solid doors, they stand the test of time. Of course, they cost more. They cost more than the MDF. These definitely cost more than the MDF. Okay, this cost more than the MDF. Let me go back to that. This is MDF. This is MDF. If you look at the composition of it, this is a solid door. They cost more than the MDF, and the price range for this one, bear with me. I'll get to the price range. Bear with me. They last very long, okay, and they cost around 60 to 75,000 naira. The standard 3 feet home doors, internal doors, standard 3 feet internal doors. These are solid doors, solid wood. They last long. Even if when somebody damaged the keyhole, they can easily fix them and they don't get destroyed. Right? These are solid doors. Okay, they cost between 60, 65 and 70,000. These are still shiny MDF, and the cup is 3 feet long. Oh, sorry, 3 feet is the internal doors. These are MDF as well. These are MDF wood. Okay, so they don't cost very, they are not very expensive. 25-30,000. Okay, so these are MDF doors. Okay, yeah, this is a solid door. This has been done by carpenter. They're not really fine, but some people put this in front. This is real solid door. Okay, this is solid door, and they're quite. It all depends on your taste as well. If you decide and say, well, you know what, I want to put solid doors. But people who do use solid doors, they use solid doors for main entrance. They use solid doors for main entrance of the house. Okay, so solid doors could be like this. Bear with me. Yeah, this is solid door again. All right, bear with me. And it all depends. People use solid doors for external doors, external entrance. Okay, this is not solid door. This is done by used by MDF, shiny polished MDF. Okay, right. So I'm just trying to show you the MDF is not expensive. If your contractor is telling you, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, Right, these are solid doors. These are solid doors. They cost a bit, but you will know, you will see the quality in what you have. It lasts very long. It lasts so very long, and you're paying for between 65, 70, 75. So if you have 4 flats and 4 flats of 3 bedrooms, and you have the kitchen door, you have the toilet doors, you name, count the number of doors that you have, and then you'll be able to know how much this is going to cost. Okay, right. If you have questions today, I want you to keep your question coming. All right, we have these doors in different sizes, but the one we are emphasizing today is the internal doors. Okay, they are the internal doors which we can use. This is solid doors as well. It all depends on what you want. Okay, all right. So let's move on quickly, very quickly. These are polished MDF. They don't cost. Well, obviously, they're quite good, to be honest with you. But when somebody kick it a bit or kick it heavily, it just open up just like that. The door opens up, and it all depends on what you want. So this now brings me to external reinforced doors. Okay, these are external reinforced doors, and they are produced with steel production. They are quite expensive. Right. Where about could one get? Oh, Jeff. Also, where can you get these doors? This type of doors from? Where could? Yeah. Okay. If you are ready to buy, sorry, Jeff. Let me just answer your query. The place to purchase this, especially I'm quite aware of this in Lagos, is Orile Iganmu. Orile Iganmu. Are you familiar with Orile Iganmu as you are going to is it Alaba? Orile Iganmu. After if you know Coste, how do I put this? Orile Iganmu. Anyway, Orile Iganmu is I can't remember the way I normally go through. Is either through Costain area that normally drive to get there. So here there are so many of them but the one that you are looking at right now is the external fanciful steel doors. External fanciful steel doors. They are now 3 feet, although some do come in 3 feet, but they are very. You can't have an entrance of a 4-bedroom flat and have a 3 feet door. They come in size. Some come 3 feet, but the prices of this are given at average price of this. They start with the 3 feet one start with 70,000 naira. Okay, 3 feet one of this start with 70,000. Of course, it goes up depending on the design, but minimum price of this is 70,000. You can get this at Orile. When you decide to do your interior decoration, like the lighting, the chandelier, the fuse, the plugs, the distribution board for the electrics is Orile Iganmu, where you can get this. If you have any question regarding this, please let me know. Okay, let me give you another image. Right, that one don't have glass. Okay, this is bigger than 3 feet. These are external door of 3-bedroom flat. Okay, or 4-bedroom flat. You don't put wooden door. You wouldn't have spent that kind of money. And okay. That's where you're going to buy your bathroom waste as well. The toilet, the wash basin, the tank, the pipes, name it. You get there, you'll be lost at Orile Iganmu. Okay, all right. So that is so much about that. The door that you're looking at, the prices start from bear with me. Bear with me. I'm having a little bit of difficulty with my system here. Okay, the prices of these starts from 70,000 naira. Start from 70,000 naira, and it goes up to 90,000 naira, depending on the design. But they are very solid. They are difficult for anybody to bulldoze down. You can't remove them. Yeah, Kazim, they are solid doors. They are this. I mean, I'm telling you, this is what I'm going to buy for my own house. I recommend it, but sometimes people are trying to maximize their money. They're trying to save money. They said, oh, they want, but the ones I showed you before, they are internal doors. These are the doors, entrance door, the main entrance door that you can use for your project. Okay, these are main entrance door, not internal doors. Okay, so that's it, and it goes up to 80,000 naira. So you begin to work your budget out, how much you're going to spend. Of course, the 4 feet starts from 120,000 naira. 4 feet of these starts from 120,000 naira. These are external solid door, depending on where your entrance, where you want the door to open to. Okay. Depending on where you want the doors to open to. Obviously, look at the handle, where the handle is. They don't sell the handles together with it. You are the one that is going to choose the kind of handle that you're going to put on the front of your external. Obviously, the better handle, the more secure your house. The better handle, the more expensive the handle, the more secure your own house. Like I said, it's up to you. It's definitely up to you. What do you want? I personally will prefer this kind of door for my the front of my door as my project. I will fancy this. So everything is boiled down to your pocket. Some people will say, I don't want us to spend too much money, okay, on my front door. Okay, yeah, this one is the main Baba door. This is 6 feet. These are big entrance. If you look at if you have sliding, instead of using sliding door, okay, you use these massive 2-way doors. These sorry, bear with me, I might have to go back. Briefly. This one that goes to the sizes of you can get it from why does that one have glass? Okay, because they have the various designs. It all depends on your taste. It all depends on your taste. This one, obviously, the glass one, some people definitely want to be seen. Obviously, people just want fancy. It all depends on the fancy that you want. So it all depends on your taste. Okay, it all depends on your taste. Okay, it depends on your taste. You will see different designs when you get money. Obviously, they wrap them in boxes, but they will have samples here and there. Okay, right, guys, I am not going to spend more than another 12 minutes on this show today. I'm only doing 45 minutes. I've got some projects and some designs and some quotations I want to wrap up and send to a client. Okay, so which means my time that I'm going to spend on the forum today is just going to be briefly 45 minutes. So far we've done 34 minutes. We've got 11 minutes more. So if you have questions, please send it across. Let's ruminate it and iron it together. You got a project, something of a concern, or somebody asks you to bring some money for something that you don't want to spend, and you just want to let us discuss it. We have the next 10 minutes to do that. Okay. Please don't forget, if you want to text, you can text me or WhatsApp me on +44 554 3535, or WhatsApp me, or you can, if you want to compare building material prices, don't forget my website is www.ganjua.com. www.ganjua.com. Right, tell friends how informative this forum is. So by this time next time or whenever, tell them that there's a guy that is always giving us up to date and brief knowledge about building materials. Or if they are planning to do something back home, they can come on this forum, invite them on this forum, invite them, tell them to like, watch all our videos, tell them to subscribe. You can subscribe and help them subscribe. We are here to help people and help ourselves. Okay, so let me go back to my lovely door. Okay, right, so this one goes up to bear with me, goes up to 5 feet, 4 feet. These are front entrance door. Don't forget I said front door, internal door. Don't forget I mentioned internal doors are 3 feet. Don't let any contractor deceive you. Internal doors are 3 feet. Then entrance door, main entrance of the front of the house, or depending on where your flat or design locate, they are from 4 feet and goes to about 5 feet, 6 feet. Okay, and these are the ones you're looking at. Okay, these ones prices goes depending. This is today's price. They go as far as the 5 feet, 210, 190 to 210,000. These are the bigger and the wider it is, the more expensive the prices are. Obviously, the 4 feet of this starts from 160,000 naira. The 4 feet starts from 160,000 up to the tune of 200,000, and the 5 feet starts from 90,000. 190,000 up to 200, 210. However, the 3 feet, which is a small size, or the standard internal door, starts from 70,000 up to 80,000 naira. Okay, let me just go to that massive door again. Right, to sorry, bear with me. Right, thank you very much, Jefta. Yeah. thank you, Jefta. I believe they will appreciate that. We're doing this. Obviously, somebody will thank me or thank God for bringing this kind of forum into play. Okay, so the next one, which is bear with me. Let me move to the next one. Obviously, this one goes to 5. Oh, sorry, I got something flying into my eyes here. So this glass one is a beautiful one, but the thing is that if you have young people in the house, they can get this smashed. It's not quickly repairable. Right? When the glass is cracked, I don't know how to repair this. I'm not going to suggest it's fanciful unless you don't have children in the house. Those ones with glass, they are not repairable when they crack. So this one with the glass, you can't get them repaired quickly. You probably need to yank it off and then get another door. Okay, bear with me. So this one that you see on display now, these are 2 main doors. You remember people that does sliding doors, sliding left, sliding right, sliding doors left, sliding right, sliding door left, sliding right. So they are using this type of door to replace such doors. Okay, they are using this type of doors to replace such doors, and they are quite wonderful. The price of this one is around, obviously you can have 4. You say you want to have 4 of this in your 4 flats. For every entrance door, we're looking at 200,000 naira. This is a size of 6 feet. starts with 210,000 naira, goes to 300,000 naira. One door. I don't think that is wise. Well, they are beautiful. All those Nollywood the designs. When you want the Nollywood movie, you get this kind of doors in front of their house. Okay. Yeah. What is your concern, Kazim? I don't understand that. What is your concern? Please explain to us. Please explain the concern. Let's learn from it. Why? What is your concern, Kazim? You said something is your concern here. Please. He says something is your concern. Can you just, Kazim, please, can you please elucidate or explain more on your concern? Okay. Please explain your concern. Please explain your concern, Kasim. I don't understand. What's your concern? I've got 4 minutes left. Please. And if you cannot share it live, you can text me. Okay? So I've got the glass door. Yeah, that's the thing. They're not repairable. However, don't get me wrong. You could, if it's a house that I don't know, if you can rent a house out and put that kind of glass door. Yes, Kazim, you cannot. I'm not going to advise anybody to buy that kind of glass door and put it in front of their house and rent it out. Maybe if it is your own, I don't know, your holiday home in Nigeria, you might put that. I don't know how to secure that. Maybe the upper floor, maybe the first floor, maybe second floor, you might have that kind of door. You get what I mean? I personally am is a concerned thing. Let's go back to it. This is beautiful, but the glass is the problem. It is beautiful, but the glass issue, I don't know, unless you don't mind the risk. Unless you don't mind the risk at all. If you don't mind, well, whatever you get from it, it is a big concern. It is a real big concern. Like I said, Kazim, it is a big concern. It's not repairable. It's beautiful. That's just the risk that you want to go about it. Bear with me. Right, guys, I've got 3 minutes. Well, on the clock, I've got 2 minutes more. But if you have any concern, please, after this forum, like I said, you can rewatch this forum after Google has processed it. They always process this video. You can rewatch it. They always process it for about 10-15 minutes. After about half an hour, after the show is over, the video comes back on my channel. Okay, don't forget, if you have not subscribed, subscribe for more videos. There are more information coming on this forum. You will see a lot very soon. We are packaging some things, and those of you who have not made up your mind on what to do regarding investment in Nigeria, there are lands that are being scrolled down at the bottom. Is all about you taking a risk. Life is about risk anyway. Life is about risk. I took a risk. I take calculated risk, and I believe that with people like us advising you need opinion. We will advise you, will guide you, and then you will not get your fingers burned. But like I said, when you are trying to thank you. It is a fanciful door, but it's not bear with me. it's not good for business. Yeah, for anybody who wants to invest in property to rent out, you can't put this kind of thing. You're wasting your money. Okay. This one obviously has some element of not glass, but there's a design like metal. This is secure. It's a secure door. It's about 6 feet. It comes with a frame. Like I said, do not let your contractor deceive you. Do not let them deceive you. Once they come, the doors comes with frame. The only difference is that you have to buy the keys, you have to buy the barrels, you have to buy the handles. Those are the difference. So your contractor cannot fob you. We're here not to let people to be con. We don't con people. We want people to smile and laugh when they are investing, and they're not having different kinds of stories about contractors. Okay, so I'll try to stretch this for another 5 minutes. Here for another 5 minutes. Please, if you have concern, you have stories about one of our people who have been messed up in the past, please try and encourage them to come on this forum. We are here to lift ourselves up. We are working hard. We are doing what we need to. We are keeping the law of the land. We're not running around. Even if we're running around, God has proposed that we're going to be in the land where we are. God has destined us to be here, and then let's take a full advantage of what we can take, and then try and make a good use of it back home in Nigeria. I've told you, Nigeria is a place where you're going. I've never bought a full tank in UK before, but I bought a full tank for the first time. When I went to Nigeria, Nigeria is so beautiful. You change your money, you go, and I bought a full tank for 10,000 naira. 10,000, no, not even up to 10,000 naira, about 7,000 or 8,000 naira. How much is that in pounds? The same goes with guys from US dollars. You're in Europe, you're spending your euro, you're in Turkey. Like I told you, economy is not going to be the same again. It's what you can do. You can let your money work for you. In 4 years' time, when the World Cup is going to come again in Qatar, you will look back and say, thank God I've invested and I've listened and I've taken a calculated risk, and I've done this. In 4 years' time, if you start your house now, by the next World Cup, you should go and do a ceremony by launching that house in Nigeria. Okay, we will keep on emphasizing on this. Nigeria is stable at the moment. Forget about what the politicians are doing. Nigeria is good at the moment. You that want to invest, don't let anybody tell you lies. The most important thing is plan very well, shop around, ask questions, Google. There's nothing you cannot Google and search on, get on Google. With people like us coming around, we can help you. Also, take advantage of those scroll, the prices of where they are, the format there. Phase 2, phase 1, PH3 is phase 1, PH1 is phase 1, sorry, PH2 is phase 2, PH3 is phase 3. So you can buy 4 plots, you can buy 10 plots and fence it. In the next World Cup, you might even sell 2 out of the 4 plots. Sorry, you might sell 2 out of the number of plots you bought and use the money to build the house. Okay, you will sell the land, not the same amount you bought it. When you sell it, the money that comes from it, you outlay it on 1 plot and use it to build the house. And like I said, from time immemorial has been a landlord. There will always be a landlord, there will always be a tenant. So you choose what you want to be in Nigeria. Theresa May traveled to Nigeria with 27 business associates. They knew that something good is in Nigeria. They decided to go to Nigeria. They went to Abuja, they went to Lagos, and they are already planning, putting plans together, the investment they want to have in Nigeria. Now, for Europe, England, that has a best and well-organized economy that is now being envious of the stability and the resources that is in Nigeria. Now, how much more you that was born in that country? I told you of a cousin who had 14 acres of land, 15 acres of land. He did not tell me, and that's how God said things is going to happen. But I did not feel bitter about that. But with time, I started getting my own connections, my own links, and then things are working. So the guy, I appreciate what he's done. The guy must have bought those lands at the rate of maybe 50,000 naira. He bought them 10 years ago. Maybe 50,000 naira. No, Shagamu area. Maybe 10, maybe 100,000, maybe less than that. This guy is not working anymore. He's eating on the land, on that 15 acres of land. He's just 53 now. He has retired. He's not doing the hard work that most of us are doing anymore. So if you plan very well, you will retire early. If you plan very well, you will start enjoying your life in a way. Some people wake up in the morning, right? They go and play golf on Saturday morning, and after church they go and play golf. You and I, once we go to church, we come back, we're planning already again for how to go to work. We don't have to work to let our money work for us. Smart investment. So if you have money, if you want to risk it, you can borrow money, buy all those cheap land, 300,000. I can guarantee you by this time next year, some of this cheap land is not cheap anymore, because every day population is increasing and people are moving from place to place, and anywhere they realize that it's cheap, they start building houses, start buying land. So you have to take advantage of the current indices in Nigeria, indices in Africa. Nigeria's economy is the 7th largest in the world. So take advantage of it. I'm begging you, take advantage of it. Time waits for nobody. Time waits for nobody. Time waits for nobody. I told you of another friend 3 years ago, in August 2015, a half plot which I bought 600,000 naira. I told him, please come and buy. Let's share our plot together. The guy said no. They said, no, I don't have money now. To be honest with you, that same land is 3.5 million naira now. It's not even available in the area anymore. If he wants to buy, and the money he has then, he don't have it now. So he don't know what might happen. Good things will happen to us, but as the resources come, sometimes does not continue like that. So the resources that you have now, think of what you can do with those resources. But what I'm saying is that the resources that is coming in your hand, the next 6 months you might not have that type of resources anymore. So you have to be wise and say, you have to be very sensitive. This money that is coming now, it's like a well that is flowing now. Maybe in the next 6 years, such well might not flow anymore. So you take advantage of what you have at the moment. You don't have to. If you keep money in the bank, money makes nothing. If you buy a car, yes, we need cars. You buy a car of $10,000 or 10,000 pounds or 10,000 euro. Every year that you drive that car, you're losing the value of 1,000 of that currency of that country. So every year you drive that $10,000 car. Yes, you park it in the garage. Every year you drive it, you lose 1,000 of that currency. But land, you don't lose any value. The value increases, the value appreciates, the value adds together. And let me tell you, if you decide not to build on that land, if you decide to sell it, you have made a wise decision. So on this note, to those of us that are just coming in late, I'm not doing a whole 1 hour show today, but please do me a favor. Please do not mortgage your opportunity. Do not lose your opportunity. Do not throw away what we're discussing here at this forum. This forum is good for those of us that have been that have been abroad, anywhere abroad for several years, 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, 5 years is long enough to know that Europe is not the best for us, we black people. Europe is just there for you to work and develop their system. Europe is not there, will not favor you. It is what you decide to take out of Europe that will favor you. Europe, the longer you stay here, you will enjoy the facilities, the electricity, the road, the transport system, transport network, the good governance, the good security, but the system is not built for you. You take what you can get out of the system and wisely invest it back in Nigeria. That is when you know that you have gone abroad and make it. You can be abroad for 25 years and not have anything. It is when you have something strong. Yes, thank you. It is when you have something back home. Let me be honest with you, it doesn't matter. It's not a massive project. You can decide today, you can make a decision and make a wise decision today and say, look, I am going to take a quality decision and invest. The longest time you stay in Europe is not the best structure of your life. We are black people, right? We are black people. The weather is up, but because the economy in Nigeria is not suiting people have to go out for green pasture to better their life, to improve their life, and that's why we are here where we are today. Okay, but let me be honest with you. Yes, we are here. Then we have to think fast, think well, think positively, think great, think achieving, and then you get what you can get out of this place. Let your family develop here, let your family grow here, but you have to think logically, think positively, think favorably, think intelligently, think industrious, and then you take what you can get of the system and invest it in Nigeria. That is what Theresa May wanted to do. He wants to use us. Yes, yeah, it can be done. It can be done gradually. Yes, you can do. You don't have to. But once you start it, your mind is on it. Your mind is working how you can raise the money here and there to be able to get it completed. All you need to do is to start something. Start asking questions around. And then one more thing that I need to say before I close today, to those of us who rely so much on friends and family, it is not the best. Business succeed, projects succeed, plans succeed when you do not involve family members. You see, too much familiarities with family members will ruin you. I've had instances, I've had cases, people have heartaches, people have been swindled, people have made vows that they will not go back to Nigeria again due to the way the practices, the bad practices, the fraud practices of family members. People send cars home, people send lorries home, people send so many things home for them to sell for them. I am an example of this, and we never get any return back. Some people have been threatening of that if they ask for their things that they gave them to sell for them back, they will kill them. But we don't want anybody to die here. We don't want anybody to start thinking of the past. We want us to be thinking positively for the future. So when you are hearing things like this, you have to wake up, right? Do not involve family members, because you cannot challenge them. If you challenge them, you risk your life, you risk your future, you risk your family members, your young family life. So what you need to do is to get involved with people like us, and people like our friends or people that you trust that have already done things like this in the past. You don't have to involve family members. You can get your project started, right? When it's done constructively, strictly, or busy. Yes, go. So you entrust people that you know that if anything happens, you can sue them. you can get the police to arrest them, you can get them arrested. So when you start doing this, these are structures that you build like a security around you for your project. So when you have things around you like this, there is every likelihood of peace that will reign in your heart. And then they will be sending you pictures, sending you videos, sending you images of things that are going on ground. These I'm not talking of family members, but people like us or people like anybody that you know you trust. I will tell you a case in point of somebody, I'm not going to mention, this is a public forum, who gave them projects to do for her. Unfortunately, I have never seen a building or construction that is being done from foundation to roof level with 6 inches blocks. These are things that people these are things that people normally do for people. They will ruin you when you get family members involved. They will ruin you when they will suggest to you. They will overinflate prices of materials. So get yourself a good, knowledgeable contractors, site engineers like us. Who's that? Sorry. So I'll attend to that later. So back to what we're saying. Let me just tone it down a bit. By the next 4 years, which is the next World Cup 2022, let me be honest with you, I am not begging anybody here. I'm trying to make sense out of what I'm talking about, so that I'm trying to impart sense, inject senses to our people that say, well, they have told you it's a lie, you can never make it, you can never build a house, you can never do anything right, they have done this to you. I've had cases of some people that they have swindled you, they have taken their money away. Yes, this is there, but do you intend to get involved in things like this? People who get their money being stolen or get their project being messed up or their family being messed up, is because they did not plan very well. They did not do their research, their own work properly. Right? When you involve in people that are more experienced, they will guide you. People like us will guide you. You pay us the fee or the money we ask. We're not going to. We know how hard, how difficult to get money abroad. We know. I'm based abroad. I've been here for years. I know what it means to pay your bills, to pay your tax, to pay your income tax, to pay your everything, to work decently like a normal person and work like a normal human. If you don't do any bad thing, there's no way you can get extra money. But people, I know how people go to the extent they borrow money. So why would you get good money, the money that you're going to pay for years, and you not invest it wisely, and you don't guide and put security around you? So tonight, I'm going to round up. One thing that you're going to take away from today's discussion, and I will always be emphasizing on this. Today's date is what? 23rd of September. Right. But however, it's up to you to run with the information you get on this forum, and always. By the next World Cup, which is in Qatar 2022, are you going to be one of those that they will say, if I had started something 4 years ago, maybe I would have completed it? Don't get me wrong, it's not easy, but tough people pass through tough times. So the tough gets going when the going gets tough. Raise the fund. If you need to sell that car that you are driving, raise the fund, buy something. Don't have the mentality that, they're going to take it. Nigeria is not bad anymore. People are working and moving fast. Yes. People are working fast. They are doing what they can do. They do this business, do that business, sell this, sell that, trade this, trade that, and they are doing very well. Let me be honest with you. There are some people that you left back in Nigeria. Some people that they always call you, buy this, buy that for me. Do you know that they themselves, they are building houses, they are doing very well? So you will look and say, look, I'm fed up of this weather. This terrain is not meant for black people. Let me be honest with you. This terrain that we are is not meant for us. So you are going to say, yes, I know. I am going to start thinking of what I can do before the end of this year. Christmas is only 3 months away. So by Christmas, don't start 2019 without making a full decision and say, look, even if it is half plot, let me be honest with you. 2015 August, I was previously 2009, I was previously swindled by somebody who says he wants to sell me a land. Anyway, that's a long story. When I chased for the survey, for this, for that, and I was not being given, they were delaying it. 2 years later, I said, I don't want the land anymore. I was able to get some money after paying 1.3 million naira. And I told the person, you know what, I don't want the land anymore. Give me my money back. The guy paid 800,000 naira. And I made up my mind. I said, well, you know what, I am not going to waste any time anymore. Even if it is half, even if it is quarter of a plot, I am going to buy it. And I purchased. I've been asking people, lawyers, get me a land. I need a land. And the moment I realized I got the land, I made sure that the Omoni let the family gather together, and I said, I want to know the source of this land. They told me that everything, and I put their hands to sign. They signed the title receipt, and the following day we started digging the ground, and we started the foundation, and we started building it. Half plot of a decision, hard decision. I borrowed the money. The hard decision I made August 2015 was the video that you see in that forum there on my channel. I made that quality decision. It wasn't easy. I'm fully paying the money back. I'm still living. God will give you the long life to finish it. When you start a project, your mind will always be there every day. Your mind will always be there, and God will always give you connections here and there of how to raise this amount, that amount, this amount. I've told you somebody on this forum before, he did not have anything. He was dreaming to have a house. 3 months or 6 months that we've known each other, he got paid by an insurance company the money of something that got spoiled in the house. 15,000 pounds. This guy started there, went to Nigeria. Within 6 months, he's brought two-story building. Oh, he showed me the images. He showed me the picture. So God can bless, can connect you anyhow, right? But don't limit yourself and don't look at what has happened to somebody. The Bible says, he who compares himself with another person is a fool, right? Do not say because somebody has got a problem with one particular issue of land, you are not going to run your own race. We have our race to run. So my people, I'm going to end here. I thought I'm going to spend 45 minutes, but I've ended up now doing 1 hour 8 minutes. So enough is enough. A word is enough for the wise. You have to know how you can do it. Some people get a lot of money, but they don't know what to do about it because of what has happened to their friends. They say they've never gone to. But let me tell you, Nigeria is good now. If Theresa May can decide to say he wants to go and invest in Nigeria for Britain, then what about you and me and you that were born in that place? What are we doing there? What people want the opportunity that you have in your hand. Don't let it slip away. Millions wants to get into this country and do 2 jobs together and do what you want to do, but unfortunately they cannot get here. So opportunity that you have is like a talent, or 2 talent, or 5 talent, or 8 talent. Take advantage, take good use of it, and together we will all make it abroad. So but by the time I see you again next Sunday, I want to hear that this word that we have shared together on this forum has done you good. So we shall see next Sunday. Until we see next Sunday, or if I have any issues to discuss on this forum midweek, you get me. But mostly it's Sunday from 7 p.m. but I don't usually start 7 p.m. It's 8 p.m. So keep doing the best, keep dreaming big, and keep working hard. Push yourself to establish something in Nigeria, and I can guarantee you, and I believe God that has sent you to locate you where you are will give you the favor, the strength, the ability, the knowledge, and the strength to start something. So by the year 2022, when the next World Cup starts in Qatar, you and I will be smiling, we'll be celebrating together. All right, until we see you on Sunday, take good care of yourself.